There it is. There's the hole. There's the kick. It's away. It's good. It's good.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Oh, sorry, I probably just blew the mic. Yeah, sorry. Oh. All right, welcome back to Snap, Hold, Kick, episode 6. And what an episode we have today, following off the back of the Bar Down special for episode number 5.
We're really starting to branch out. Snap, Hold, Kick is taking over the country.
Yep.
Soon we're going to go international.
Mr. Worldwide.
Right? So, I mean, I think we got a really special guest today. I mean, all of our guests are special, but this guy's a kind of a household name.
Yeah, especially in the Hammer region.
The Hammer.
The Hammer region.
The Hammer.
The Hammer.
He means the Hammer.
Yeah, the Hammer. Where and Feed the Fam again.
Right. And if you use code SHKMember20, you can get 20% off your order on feedthefam.ca. We'll have all the information in the description.
And also, we have our own merch up right now too. So if you want to jump on the website and grab yourself some SHK merch, that is live. Again, link down below.
That stuff is high quality.
High quality.
Cool designs.
Yeah. Made by us.
Yeah.
So if you have any design ideas or anything like that, please shoot them through because we are running dry.
So what do we got going today? We got some good stuff.
Yeah, we do. So a couple weeks ago, can't remember exactly how long ago, posted a few stories trying to get a bit of fan engagement. We love it when we engage with the fans and they send us messages. I did a bit of a Would You Rather series up on the stories. So Adam hasn't seen this. He didn't check it, and I'm sure that he's forgotten it if you did see it. So Kicking it off, very much specialist related. Would you rather kick a game-winning field goal or execute a fake field goal for a touchdown?
You know, as a specialist, I want to jump right in and say kick a game-winning field goal because that is just like us doing our job. If you do a fake field goal, you scored a touchdown, that's great.
But it's not really the specialist.
Yeah, but then if you go and miss a field
as a
goal,
holder though, if I pick that ball up on a fake and I throw that dime over the shoulder, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's
so
hard.
I think I'll go with make a game-winning field goal. If it's a clutch situation, Yeah.
46% game-winning field goal, 54% fake field goal. And guess what? The 46% majority kickers.
Yeah, exactly. And
the 54% O&D guys.
Yeah, exactly. the O&D guys, they want to do their job, and we want to do our job. I think that's
how football works, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But that's why, no shit, huh? But that's why I think kickers and punters and snappers do what they do is they enjoy it, and when they do well at it, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
No?
The next one. Would you rather average 50 yards on 5 punts or pin 5 punts inside the 10-yard line?
Probably pin 5 punts.
Yeah.
Let's say 5 punts.
I'm the same boat here. Like, get the job done for the team, pin them deep, and let the D run rampant inside the 10-yard line. That's what we really want.
Yeah.
And honestly, 90%, literally everybody voted for that.
Yeah.
3 people voted for average 50 yards.
Are you going to out them?
My mum, my girlfriend, and then one of our fans.
Is it because they don't have confidence in your pinning 10-yard ability?
I just think they just like the bigger numbers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
no, I understand that. If you kick, if you're punting for 50 yards though, I mean, I'm sure you have a great cover team, but if you don't, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make a change. There could be a huge return.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I think if you're pitting into 10, you know you're going to make a big impact in the game.
Yeah. Number 3, never miss laces on a field goal snap or never miss the hip on a punt snap.
Never miss laces.
Yep.
Never miss laces.
53% never miss laces,
Yeah.
47% never miss the hip. And kickers and snappers, 53%. All punters, 47%.
Okay, yeah. It's very biased, right? But the thing is, if you go out on the field and you know you're never going to miss your laces, and that's not something, and you can do that. You can train for a way where you feel really confident. But if you know 100%, dude, that's like, that lowers the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
That lowers the anxiety.
Episode. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 4. Don't know where the that came
So
from.
number 4.
Why do we hit the virus down you? Make a touchdown saving tackle as a punter or recover. Oh my God, bro. My brain. Recover a fumbled punt as a snapper.
Oh, the first one was just
Obviously.
a bad situation.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that situation. You're not going to come off the field as a punter making a game, saving tackle and like have everyone dap you. I guess you will, but the coordinator is just going to be screaming at your whole unit.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
so you're not going to get any glory.
Bad situation.
It's definitely number 2,
Yeah.
100%.
35% touchdown saving tackle. 65% fumbled punt.
That's so surprising.
Why?
Because I'm surprised more people don't recognize that if you have to make a touchdown saving tackle as a punter, then everything has gone to shit.
Oh, yeah, 35%.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it should be like 5%.
I've actually made a touchdown saving tackle before. I kicked the punt, shanked it straight to the middle of the field, 3.5 seconds of hang, first year of college, screamed out on the sideline, watched this return, it bounce, 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 and I'm just like, F-. And then I looked around and I was the only one, and I was like, had a lead blocker going.
Oh.
I was pretty proud of this. The lead blocker was coming at me, and I've kind of like moved one way. So the lead blocker's come this way, and I watched the return and bounce off him, and I went back and tackled him.
Yep.
I got up, hyped as f***, got to the sideline, and everyone was depressed and like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. That's how it goes on cover.
Yeah.
You're running down the field and you're like, yeah. And then you get into open space and you see the returner and you're like, okay, what do I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
And the other person who voted for that was Win. And I mean, he just loves hitting.
Yeah.
He just loves just hitting, whether it's on the goal line or he just wants to hit
I'm
something.
not going to take it out of him. That one's expected.
Yeah.
But he's wrong.
Angry man.
Anyways.
And then the next one. This one is very controversial.
Okay. Wait on.
Never listen to pre-game music or never watch post-game movies when traveling back.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what I think the most people decided.
Tell me what you would go for first.
Well, that's tough because what I tell a lot of people is the pregame music that I listen to is not the same pregame music that a lot of other physicians listen to. Because as specialists, we're going to be cool, calm, and collected. So you put a little comedy on, maybe a podcast, you're stretching, warming up. So I think it wouldn't be like super diminishing to take the pregame music away. But on those long trips, you're sitting on that plane for 5 hours going out to
Are you just going to raw dog it?
You're just going to look at the flight map just
Yep.
the whole time?
Yep.
I can't do that.
No.
This is super, and I know this is going to be controversial, but I would take out pregame music.
Honestly, bro, me too.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music pre-game.
Yeah.
I like to be like fun, bouncing around like to everybody, talking to them, hyping them up, just having a great time.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I put in music, I get in my head too much and I think about everything too much and I just get overstimulated. So I just like to kind of keep the headphones off,
Yeah.
look around the crowd. I love getting chirped by the crowd. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I lean into that. I think it's very funny.
Music makes the moment really big.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to
other
be.
positions, like, yeah, you get the DMX and everything going, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Or-
But
or-
for us, it's like, what are you, man, you just can't afford it,
yeah. 19% said never listen to music pregame and 81% never watch postgame movies.
Any kickers in the pregame?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Let's assume
Yeah,
so.
big movie guy. Big
Yes.
movie guy.
Yeah.
So
Or
couldn't
the
do it.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the big one. This one I was very, very torn.
Okay.
Pre-game energy drink or post-game beer. Because I have a crippling caffeine addiction. My dentist hates me.
That's really tough.
But
I would say strictly for business purposes, I'm going with the pregame energy drink because I need it. I remember there was a game we had last year where I got to the stadium, I got to the facility, and I always get there super early, like 5-6 hours early. I know, because I just like being there and like there being a slow buildup. If you just get there and there's already people waiting outside and like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's too immediate for me. So I'll have like a pregame, energy drink in that time. And I forgot mine at home. So I literally, because there was no one there, I Uber Eats from 7-Eleven a pregame energy drink.
hey man, you can't hide money.
Damn.
Can't hide money. This guy's cashed up.
No, you can't hide panic.
32% of people said pre-game energy drink and 68% said post-game beer. I'm going to have to go with the post-game beer because, I mean, there's nothing better than
Yeah.
than winning, cracking a silver bullet in the locker room,
shower beer.
shower beer with all the fellas.
That's never happened for me.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
never
it's never happened to me because I haven't played either, so it's
True. Maybe like post-practice shower
Rush
beer.
Rex. Walking off the practice field.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, both are great, but the pregame energy drink is essential.
Yeah.
You know, I could live without the.
I
mean, the majority of our away trips, when we're not having post-game beers, we're just going to the plane where
exactly.
So it's like it's not a mandatory thing.
I'm a big pregame energy drinker.
And if it was mandatory, it's not great.
Nah.
It's not.
I'm
great.
like, yeah, I'm going the sour watermelon Warheads Ghost every game.
I'm going the cherry limeade Ghost energy.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got. So that's a little bit of an insight into the fans and insight to us. Special teams concept of the week.
Yeah, let's get into it.
It's actually we're gonna talk about one of the things we had in here, the importance of hitting the punter on the hip.
Yes, as a long snap.
On a long snap. So obviously from a punter's perspective, you want that operation to be nice and smooth and quick. If you think about going fast, you're going to f it up. So it's important to be smooth as fast. And when that ball is placed in the exact same position every time, it makes our job so much easier to mold the ball, spin the laces, and get it into the right position so you can go out there and execute.
Yeah, obviously, like we talked about on field goals, the laces and the importance of that and making the holder's job easy. Ultimately, that contributes to the operation time of the field goal. It's the same thing with punt, where instead of thinking about the laces of the snap, you're thinking about where you're positioning that ball on the punter, right? So we were going actually through this with Brissett on one of the episodes where we had him catch the ball and then bring it into that position, right? And that's going to create a smooth operation. But if you can do that as a snapper, find a way to be consistent and always be hitting that one spot, then that's going to just make that's going to make your job easier because you're not going to hear it from your punter. It's going to make your punter's job easier where he's not going to have to think.
Yep.
Thinking is something that we're completely trying to erase from
Thinking I struggle with.
Exactly. You can't overthink. You can't be having too many factors. I mean, even having two things in your mind as you're out on the field is too many things. It needs to come down to muscle memory. So yeah, that's you want to snap the ball on the right hip for right-footed punter and the left hip for a left-footed punter. And that's kind of the accuracy goal as a long snapper.
And that's it. That's as I said, smooth is fast. So a nice smooth operation, it's going to be flawless every time. So
that's right. Great.
That's it for the special teams concept of the week. Presented by Feed the Fam.
Yes.
So again, SHK member 20, down in the link below. Get yourself some merch and get decked out.
That's right. All right, dude.
It's time.
Introduce our guest.
It's time. Here we go.
All right.
Rizzy's intro. We'll see you on the field.
Show them how to win, not lose again.
All right, here we go, guys. We are on the field with the CFL's most dominant free safety, the enforcer.
The Greek freak, Stavros Katsantonis, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Show, man. Yeah, appreciate that. I mean, yep.
So what we're gonna do is you're gonna evaluate our potential as a DB.
Okay.
So you're gonna put us through 3 drills where you think you can see whether we could play the position, whether there's a future for us, or in general, whether we're just athletes.
Okay.
Right?
Really quick, just give me a back pedal. I'll be able to tell you right now. All right, he's not bad. All right, let's see here. Just a quick back pedal. Just a quick back pedal. No. He can't play. But I can work with that.
Yes, that's what we've been hearing. That's what we've been hearing across our socials. So I have a little bit more, so that's something that people know already.
Offensive.
Okay.
Offensive player.
He's an offensive freak. And then we're going to put you through a little bit of a specialist workout, doing some punting, snapping, and we'll have you kick a field goal at the end.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I think we should get into it.
Perfect, let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to put you guys through kind of like an indie of what we do, okay? So what I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to start in your stance, right? We want to get our knees bent. We don't want to be standing too tall, right? Because once you start standing tall, you're going to fall back and can't be falling on the football field. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep it simple for you guys, okay? So we're going to have you shuffle and then just break on a 45, okay? That's all I want.
Now, what was that shuffle?
That was just a shuffle step. So it's kind of like a read step coming out, and then I just want you to break out of there. All right, cool. Say at a 45.
Up to you on me.
Feel
free to yell at him.
Okay. We're gonna, may as well throw you a football too.
Yeah.
Okay. Get to you. Getting an interception. Okay. All right. So you're just gonna
we've
shuffle.
got this on the show. I have to say, The DBs come on the show and act like they're hired to catch footballs. And then they get mad at us for not catching footballs.
That's true.
Win C, okay? So let's just set the bar there.
Yeah.
All right?
We want to make sure we're catching the money though at the end of the day.
Okay.
All right. You ready? Yeah. Shuffle and then I'll break you. Okay. All right. Shuffle. Break. There we go. That's not bad. Not bad. Good catch. You want to go the other way though. That's the wrong way.
I'm telling you, this
That's the wrong way.
it's an offensive.
Yeah, that's the right up mindset. Okay, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. But again, we want to make sure we run the other way with the ball because we don't want to score for the other team.
No, I'm fucking scoring no matter what.
That was a terrible.
All right, here we go. You ready? Oh, see, we can already see it in that left leg back there is not looking good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And shuffle. Break. All right, not bad.
Oh, he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Better than this. I'm better than this.
You're a defensive player. You can't hand it out here with the offense.
All right, the next one, I'm going to get you guys a little bit more advanced. One thing that coaches hate is when they put you through like an advanced sort of, I guess, DB drill is when you mess it up on the first try, okay? Even no matter how advanced. So you always got to pay attention, even if you're not the first in line. You watch the first guy and you make sure that he's doing it right and that you do exactly like he does, okay? So that's what we're
basically you f***ed it up.
Well,
Yeah.
for long snapping and punting, it's like the first one's always just gonna write it up.
Yeah. Well, so if you're not confident, don't hop up and be the first one in the line, or else you're gonna mess it up and the coach is gonna get mad. Okay, so this one, we'll let you guys get into a back pedal so you guys can kind of, experience everything. So we'll do a back pedal. We're gonna open this way, down that way, and then break back downhill, back to me, okay? So we're just working our hips here.
We've had a couple weeks to.
Have you guys done this one before?
This one before.
You guys have done this before,
Well,
okay.
explain why you include this like in your workout. Like why?
It's just good just to get your hips moving and open, because a lot of times when we're backpedaling out there, we get our hips going this way. We might have to go that way, and then we might have to go break this way.
That looks so smooth.
I can tell. I was gonna say right away. It's like he's floating. Like it doesn't even look like his feet are touching the ground.
I'm gonna look like a baby giraffe right now.
All right, so I'll send you. So I'll break you this way
Yeah.
or that way, and then the last one I'll just tell you to break.
So we just break it right down.
Yeah, so we're gonna get your hips moving like 3 or 4 times.
Catch the ball again.
Yeah, let's catch it. Let's make sure we catch it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna start in the back pedal, and then I'll be like open, 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 and then I'll break you back down.
I'm going straight back.
Yeah, and don't cheat it either. I'm gonna break you back down when I'm ready. Okay. All right, pedal, open, open, stay on the line, open, open, break. There it is. There it is. You finished the drill. That's the most important thing.
Hands. Can't lie about these hands.
You know what might be better? Let's see how good you are. We want to stay on this line. That's the other
Well,
thing.
now I get the line.
He's gonna get the line.
I was straight as now.
He is pretty straight. Yeah,
there.
we'll put this straight in on the
I'll go
graphic.
this way. I'll go
Yeah.
this way.
So the key, we want you to stay on this line. If you get off the line, we're gonna have to, grease your hips up or something.
Help.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Pedal. Open. 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 Break. There it is. There it is. Not bad. Not bad. That was good. Okay. Okay. Do we want to do one more drill?
It's hard football.
This last drill, this is one of my favorites. Obviously, as a safety, is being able to, speed turn, get out of there, be deceptive with the quarterback, and then go make a play on the football. Okay. So this next one, we're gonna start. We're gonna get you guys into a pedal. We're gonna break you this way, and then speed turn out this way. We're gonna catch the ball. It's the money play. It looks the best on.
Dude, I could just watch him run these drills all day.
So smooth.
So smooth.
And then you just put us in
What
there.
percent is that for you?
Oh, that was like
Yeah.
maybe it's like 60%, maybe max.
So 30%.
Wow. All right.
So we're here.
You got it?
Breaking this way.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna pedal you. You're gonna brake on like a 135 to that corner, and then you're gonna speed turn it around the other way. Yeah, so it's kind of like a
I'm gonna take it over the shoulder arm.
high pointer, right? We want a high point. We want to catch it above the helmet. We don't want it down here. We don't want to give the receivers a chance. All right. Okay. All right. Most DB coaches cannot throw the football either. They're the worst. Okay. Yeah. Be ready to blame me. Be ready to blame me. All right. Here we go. Pedal. Open. Turn.
Oh, not bad.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Hey! I think that was on him, not me. That was a pretty good spiral too.
That was a good shot. You think the court? Oh,
Not bad. That was good. That was good. You had a good turn. Your speed turn out wasn't very speedy. It was kind of like
hey.
medium turn, but
You think the quarterback on the other team's gonna throw it to you?
Hopefully.
well, that's one thing about playing DB. The QB is not throwing you the ball. So
Yeah.
sometimes he does though. Sometimes he does. You guys can see some of my highlights for those, but
We're not gonna show. Oh, pedal, open, turn.
oh, gosh, that's a long snapper right there if I've ever seen it. Bro, he could not catch a cold in a winter storm. I've never seen someone try to catch the ball like that. Oh. But at the end of the day, that's a PBU, so we'll take those. We'll take PBUs.
They call that a PBU.
Yeah,
That goes in the stat book.
yeah.
I outran the ball too. See, that's another thing. That's a plus.
All right. You ever punted before? I have. I'm a lefty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the dirty spin on the dirty English on the ball.
Okay.
Like your buddy,
Like my buddy Nick. We're both green.
Constantino.
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
he is too. Oh, sure. And tanned.
Yeah. We got the best skin in the world.
All of skin tone.
All those years down in Texas.
Yeah.
in Bakersfield.
Yeah, Bakersfield. It's only sunny down there.
All right.
Just give me warm a little bit.
Yeah, swing
That swing leg is.
He is in trainers as well. He is in trainers, so he's at a disadvantage already. But I'll take my cleats off if I have to, just to show him that it's not that hard.
We'll figure it out. I used to play soccer as a kid, so if I can't just kick a ball, we got different problems.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to do.
So introduce this nice little.
I gotta get a spiral on it though. That's not.
All right, you got that nice drop. I like that. Usually when people come in, the drop's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I learned from some good guys. I sometimes punt with our specialists, and
Yeah.
they usually teach me a few things. So
Nice. So the big thing that I want to change is it drops a little bit. I'm dropping down, so I need to drop it. You have it as flat as you possibly can. The way I like to hold it, middle finger along that seam,
okay.
thumb splitting that panel, and there's like a little bit of a gap in there.
Okay.
Kind of gives you good control over the ball.
Okay.
From here, kind of holding it at 11 o'clock, in line with the outside of your foot, so the outside of your quad.
Yep.
And it'll just pop off the foot.
And I want it on that.
Yeah, you
I
want
want
to
it
with
to
your
get
last
on
3 toes.
That's how I get that spiral.
Yeah. Okay. Those last 3 toes.
I'm about to see how well I take coaching.
Yeah. I did not very well at all. All right. That just come inside of me, hit the back of the ball. But I like that drop. It was flat.
Yeah, the drop felt better. We're working. We're getting better kick by kick.
So you're coming inside and you hit the back of the ball. That's what causes it to spin over like that, okay? So you keep it out here. That's going to pop off your foot.
Let me hold it really quick so I know where I'm. So I'm dropping here. I need to get more like out there. Like I'm right here. I need to come more out there. Okay.
And the ball kind of had like 11.
All it is what, physics, geometry, one of those things.
Yeah. Simple, right? All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Ball's off your foot.
Have some consistency. Come on now. Don't play with me.
Oh, it's going to be short. It's going to be very short. Oh, and the bounce back too. Janarian's picked that up and he's gone.
Yeah. Hopefully we got some fast gunners out there that get down there quick. I'm relying on them.
Here it is. Last chance. Yeah. This is what will determine on your rating.
There we go. On a rating, I needed at least an 85.
There you go. Oh, what snap?
Oh, we just got to get it out.
I mean, we got it out. Look at that. That'll play.
And it's towards the sideline, and it rolls out of bounds. Come on, we're inside the 15.
I tell you what, that was pretty good.
There we go.
You finished off that nice one well. Honestly, like, when it gets to that situation, you're just trying to get it out.
Yeah.
You're trying to get it out, get it away from the
Low
corner.
snap, too. I mean,
Exactly.
got to work with whatever we got.
Like, yeah, he's a snapper.
As a long snapper, because guys like you are going to be floating around,
Yep.
trying to rush the gap. We got to snap, be really efficient, so we need to
Keep
get
your head up.
block,
Yep.
right? Your buddy, Gordo White, does that pretty well.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to incorporate a bunch of stuff,
Okay.
but we're just going to see your baseline kind of long snap.
Where we're working at? Okay.
Yeah, where we're working. So how you snap 10 yards,
Okay.
I'll snap, you actually want to catch?
Shit.
Okay. So we'll snap from here. Oh. Let's just see where you're at.
What
Just
my
snap.
natural ability is? Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can't pick the ball up. It's illegal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's a lot of guys, they do the roll thing and all this jazz.
Look at the grab. He's already doing the grab.
Can't really see him, but shirt's hanging down.
Oh, you know what? Not that. Dude, you know what I noticed right away?
What?
because the first thing I teach guys is the grip on the ball.
Oh yeah.
So how do you snap before?
Oh yeah. I usually go out and mess around with our specialist pre-practice. So
Okay.
Gordon
So
has
he's
actually taught me a little bit of how to hold the ball. Yeah.
Perfect. So I don't need to teach you that.
Okay.
Okay. Very well rounded.
Yeah. I just need to get that ball up at the hip. I think that was down low.
That's right. So we're gonna do a drill that will help you be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay. You just do some overhead toss.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
the big thing about, think about like a quarterback.
Yeah.
If you're like on a day 3, like we talked about on the show, and you're not throwing the ball, you're just pointing to the target.
Okay.
Because they know that when that ball comes off their hand
Yeah.
and they're pointing to the target, that's where the ball's gonna go.
Right.
Right? So it's the same thing with long snapping where you already know how to grip the ball.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that you're finishing or punching your hands through to your target.
Okay.
We're just gonna point to your chest there.
All right. And I'm just over the head into you.
Oh,
Okay.
really good, right?
Natural.
Yeah, it felt good. That a couple times. Nice.
That one was like I felt like that.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
So you need hand balance, right?
Yeah.
Because if your right hand's dominant,
Yeah.
then you're gonna push the ball left. Jeremy's gonna stand at 10 yards.
And at 14, isn't that the?
That's the full snap. We'll
get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. So what you're gonna do is, so I saw in your stance, you had a pretty good stance.
Okay.
When you're finishing the snap, you're kind of here, right?
Okay.
Because you're not gonna finish the snap here.
Right.
Then your hands are gonna point down. You're gonna dribble the ball back.
Right.
You're here. You're pushing there. Let's start in this position.
Okay.
So like I'm already right here.
Yeah, you're already where you're gonna finish the snap. Very good. Very good. Very good.
That was weird.
All right, so we're gonna end it there, and don't post this, please.
Terrible. I might extend my career another 10, 15 years if they find out I can long snap.
Hey, long snapping is a skill
Yeah.
that anyone at any position or any age can learn.
Yeah.
And instantly make themselves more valuable.
There
to
we go.
them, right? So
There we go.
So now what we're gonna do
Okay.
is, because you're not getting all your power in the ball right now,
Yep.
finishing like this. This is just to demonstrate that
Yep.
flicking those hands will do that.
Yep.
They'll get a little bit of speed. They'll get the consistency and the accuracy.
Right.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate it all, just at 10 yards. Bye.
All right, I'll see you back there.
No. That felt really good. That was good. That was good. What's our off time right there? You think you could have got it off?
That's one of the better snaps that we've had
Okay.
on the show.
Okay.
Right there.
That's
So
the
try it
best.
out.
That's the best we've had.
Yeah. So you're at backup snapper right now. I think.
Okay. Emergency long snapper, emergency kicker,
Back-
punter.
Bucket.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back him up
Okay.
to a full
14.
14-yard snap.
Okay.
Heels at 15.
Heels at 15. Okay.
Yeah. You're trying to snap probably around 85% in terms of like how much power you're
Strength.
putting,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Because it's like a golf swing, right?
If you swing
You
too
just
hard,
Looking
yeah.
at that ball, which I do every time we're on the course.
Same.
And I'm gonna next Friday. Here we go. It's just you're gonna splice. You're gonna be a natural. So just 85%. That'll get you the best result.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if I got it in me. Oh, he's back there.
Good snap, bro. Good.
Oh, that. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect.
Stavros snap.
That's it.
The Mongoose can do it. There's more and more layers of complexity to this
Okay.
job.
Okay.
Now we're gonna have you take those block steps.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I haven't been practicing that.
Right, exactly. Because there's a lot of guys that could snap a good ball.
Yeah.
It's whether you could be efficient enough
Yeah.
to snap, get up, and play in the system. You always gotta remember, you gotta snap first.
Yep.
Right? Finish your snap, sit back down into the hole, and then just take 2 or 3 steps.
Okay.
You're just dropping back.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect. All right. We just ran on the field. We need a good snap here.
Yep. Backed up.
Making it over?
Good job done.
Pretty good. We got
Dude,
one up.
honestly think we can end it there.
Okay. There we go. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
That was really great, Dan.
Good snap.
I mean, you've had some practice.
I have. Like, this
Gordon
is my
White.
first time doing it. Yeah.
Gordon White.
Yeah.
I'd say we'll do the rankings and stuff after the PAT.
This is the most important kick
Okay.
of your career and will ever be.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you get put in a Grey Cup to kick a game-winning field goal, it still won't be as important as this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regulation PAT, as you know.
Yep.
It's going to be at 32 because it's going to be the 25-yard line.
Yep.
Where the ball's going to be at plus the 7-yard stop. And you get to decide, You know, if you swing a little left or right, usually.
The right hash.
Okay, right hash.
Hash lefty, so.
This will be legendary. 2 episodes in a row.
There's a chance I might hit that wire, but hopefully not.
Everybody should.
If you do, we'll give you a repeat.
Let me scoot back a little bit so you got some room.
I'm gonna just lean it towards you just a bit.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
There we go. I know a little bit. I know a little something. I gotta put it through the pipes.
Oh,
Wide right.
Left hash.
Wide right.
Should have gone left hash.
That's right.
Yeah. Good time, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Unfortunately, that's all we can give you because as specialists, we only get one shot.
Yeah, that's true. Show one opportunity.
Yeah, you go on the field, you mess up.
That's true.
Well, that's kind of the day. You
Like
gotta,
bags. Yeah.
gotta be on the bus right home to trail and find out about it.
Righty.
Yeah, so dude, as a snapper, I mean, I'm gonna say, this is gonna sound high, but 8-2.
8-2 out of 10. That's good. I like that. I can work with that.
8-2.
There's room for growth.
That's tough. That's back up right there.
Ceiling's high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ceiling's high.
Honestly, like as a punter, man, we can just put you out there and you can just get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Like you showed that. Bit more work on the position, the drop, and that spiral.
Yeah.
You'd be solid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you in there like a 7-4.
Okay.
A 7-4.
Okay.
Because you're dependable. We can just throw it out there and you'll get rid of the ball. And that's what we need.
Yeah. Or even throwing a little rugby kick in there too.
Yeah. And then like you can field goal as well. You might back up all 3 specialists right now.
Need more practice on all of them.
Most of the guys on the roster for snapping and punting, I think we would give sub 5s.
Yeah.
That's
We've
like
been nice to them over like the week. Yeah. Like we want to stay in their good book, so
Yeah.
it's a good race.
Got a guy like went on, he's really scary, you know, he's yelling at you for 45 days. You don't want to get over and be like, you're a 3.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah. That's good. Thanks for that workout. Let's go sit down. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right. Well, here we are, sitting down again with the one and only.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for
putting
having
us
me.
through the workout.
Oh yeah, anytime. Anytime.
We were pretty impressed.
We have not gotten any better.
Yeah, no.
Defense is still not our league.
Yeah.
I think it's just the luck. Maybe it's like the day. We always bring like offensive guests on and then like,
Right.
defensive guests on. Maybe it's just like we have good days when offense comes on, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's completely wrong.
we're
we
receivers
just
at heart.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys did it had Quincy put you through the drills. I thought maybe that would have prepped you guys a little bit more, but
Nah,
That was one of our more demoralizing episodes.
oh, yeah. There
it
you
really
go.
hyped us up.
So, dude, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's a long story, but to sum it up a little bit quicker, born and raised, obviously, in Bakersfield, California. Played high school football there, born to a U.S. mother and then a Canadian citizen father, but, Greek descent. That's why the long first and last name and all that. But, ended up coming up to Canada to play university football at UBC, kind of following in my dad's footsteps, who played at the University of Calgary. And I actually was originally just going to go walk on at the University of Washington because I had the D1 football dreams, and they didn't really pan out for me. And my dad kind of kept tabs on, the University of Calgary being an alumni, and saw that Coach Blake Nill kind of made the move from there to UBC.
Sure, yeah.
Sent my film over and got a scholarship, and kind of the rest became history from there. So, and then, now full-time up here in the CFL playing for Hamilton, going in my 5th season. And definitely Canada is a big blessing for me for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's been great so far. So.
Now you're balling out up here, the enforcer on the field.
Trying to be.
From the Eclipse, and the hardest hitting in the leagues.
Yeah, some guys might have something to say about it, but I live by that code personally. So definitely.
Do you still have because you got your nickname at UBC, right?
Yeah, the Bakersfield Bandit was
Are
the
you
name.
still the Bakersfield Bandit in Hamilton?
No, I would say not really. Some of the media, still refer to me as that, and some people who knew me in like the university days. But either by my regular name, Stavros or Stav, and then I kind of got the nickname the Mongoose my rookie year.
Mongoose.
Yeah, so that's more
the coolest nickname.
Yeah. So that was more, I would say, less of a something that came from the fans and more of like an inside the locker room type thing.
Yeah.
And to kind of go in a little bit on that story and how that kind of, I guess, originated was my rookie year. I think we were in like week 1 of the season, 2021 COVID year. And, it was like a day 3 practice, and I'm sure, you know, similar to you guys, day 3 is supposed to be more the chiller day, right? You're almost to game day, and right, I was just like a rookie on scout team, just kind of doing my thing, and I had you know, kind of got into it a little bit with Jalen Acklin, who was our receiver at the time. You know, just recently retired. Congrats to him. Good dude, good friend of mine now.
Great career.
Yeah, we just kind of, you know, we kind of had this little battle going back and forth. You know, we'll call it a practice fight. And you know, at the end of practice, my DB coach at the time, Craig Butler, you know, had a decent career in the CFL as well. Kind of came up to me after. He's like, "Hey, man, like, you're just like super scrappy out there. You're like a mongoose." And then from there on, like, everyone's either calling me the mongoose or goose, and that, you know, special teams coaches, defensive coordinators, like, that's kind of been the thing ever since then. So it's just kind of stuck. And now even the CFL, you know, they'll post about it, call me the mongoose. The team will call it, you know, call me the mongoose. So
Trying to get a nickname like that, bro.
yeah,
I've got a couple.
In high school, my nickname was Freddie, because
Okay.
I looked like Freddie from iCarly.
Oh, okay, there we go. I can kind of see it without the facial hair a little bit.
Yeah, my linebackers coach was like, well, you look like that kid from the show. And then
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, it's iCarly.
Yeah.
And I'm screwed.
Yeah, and now
That's
you got
me.
your own show, so it's kind of, you know, full
Yeah,
circle.
and it kind of is like iCarly.
yeah.
Webcast.
Yeah, there we go.
The Freddie, a snap old kick, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
I usually just get mistaken for a water boy out there.
Still
like
do.
water boy, Stumpy.
Still do.
It's okay. I get mistaken all the time. I mean, you get in an elevator with somebody and they're like, "Oh, you play professional football," and I'm not 6'3" or anything. You know, I'm a pretty average sized guy, so I feel you on that one.
That's surprising to me that
Yeah.
you must get recognized in Hamilton all the time, though.
Oh yeah, definitely now, and you know, being there a long time. Yeah, it's just awesome. Like, you go in the grocery store and it's like, "Oh, hey, you play for the Ticats," you know, shake some hands and stuff like that. So everyone for the most part is pretty cool about it, right? Even though, like, I still feel like sometimes I'll be in somewhere and someone will notice me, but they won't come up to me.
Yeah.
Just kind of out of the respecting. But I always, for the most part, like, am open to people coming up, because I think that's one of the unique things about the CFL is we're a very, like, accessible league from, like, the player standpoint. Whereas, like, if you're in the NFL, like, there's just so many people that you have to deal with, and
So many barriers.
right,
To
exactly.
the fan engagement. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. So I think that's kind of one of the things I personally open a little bit, you know, more with. You know, if a fan wants to come up, like, by all means, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's connect, and those are the people that, you know, basically pay our paychecks at the end of the day, right? They keep coming to the games.
Yeah, buying
We'll keep
tickets,
playing 'em.
watching the games. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I was actually talking about that the other day with one of my colleagues, because when the C&E is on here, we have to walk straight through the middle of it to get to practice.
Right.
And it's like, it's so cool when you're walking back through and you see all these kids running up to all the players and everything, and
Yeah.
like asking for pictures and photographs with everyone, and obviously not us, but like
Yeah.
quarterbacks,
Yeah,
receivers.
we
Yeah,
so-
love when the CNE's at BMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love
We
it.
love it. Yeah.
It's not a hassle at
Yeah.
all.
You guys got to do something crazy, like maybe after like a snap, like, you know, you get down on a special teams tackle, you know, you got to do something crazy, right? That'll get you known
get
for
down there.
something.
What's a special teams tack?
T-Zane, can we start picking those up, please, and put them down?
Well, you know, I was just talking to the Bar Down guys, and I was saying that the CFL should count assisted tackles.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think they used to, and then randomly a couple years ago, or I mean more than a couple years ago, several years ago, they changed it to just solo tackles. But
yeah,
the assisted tackles would be nice, and I know
Would
special
be
teams
so
guys would love
clutch.
it, right? Yeah.
so clutch.
yeah.
Yeah, because I got like, you know, Jack Kassar
Yeah.
to my left, and you know,
Oh yeah.
he's, you know,
Special
obviously
teams demon for
special
sure.
team, he's an animal,
Yeah.
right? So that's all he thinks about, and so he agrees with me on that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, even the guys, the defensive linemen, you know, getting you get two guys in on a sack, right? Like now these guys are fighting over who got the sack,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So let's just
They're reaching out to their media guy
exactly.
after the game.
Let's split it into half a sack, and you know everyone goes home happy.
Yeah,
Way to split the locker room up,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah, yeah,
So we got to ask you,
yep.
because you've had like a unique journey to the CFL, and you're doing your coaching stuff now. You're posting a lot about, obviously, like you covered the combine a little bit.
Yep.
What are maybe like 2 or 3 keys for a young DB to make it to professional football? What do they need to kind of focus on or do to be successful?
Yeah. I mean, man, there's so many things, and even when I was a kid, you know, my dream was playing professional football, and you definitely have to have a good mentor around you. I think that's one of the key things is you know, whether it's your parents or, you know, a coach or something like that. Like for me, I think mine was my, I guess, core immediate family. Like my parents were like, oh, once I told them I wanted to play pro football, they were like, all right, well, these are the sacrifices that you have to make, to be able to get to that level, right? And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize. Like, even for you guys, I'm sure there's a lot of things that, you had to sacrifice or skip over because you had that practice or that game or something like that, right? Like, I think everybody in this league can kind of relate to that, because at the end of the day, it's a lonely journey if you want to make it to the top. So that, and then I think, if I could boil it down to the next thing, I think it would just be the consistency of things. I mean, you do the same thing over and over and over. Like, you get that mastery trait eventually, not after just 100 reps. It's probably more like, hundreds of thousands of times of backpedaling and braking and catching the football and, watching film there, all those things. I think the consistency that you could have as a young player will take you a lot farther. And I think those are two things. Like, have a strong support system, and it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to pay someone $10,000 a month to, tell you, make you feel good about yourself, but find a strong support system of people that believe in you, so that when you do have those down days where you feel like, am I really going to make it? Or if you start to slack off, you have people that can correct you and be accountable to you and to your dream. I think that's the biggest thing. And then, consistency. You got to be consistent if you want to make it in anything in life, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So I think it's the same thing with like being a specialist, right? Like, our jobs are very monotonous.
Right.
And I think the key to success is you have to be able to like go to the practice field and be able to do, like 100 field goal snaps that day, and each one get better at being intentional and like appreciating, even like small little things.
Right.
Because we're watching film, and someone can look over my shoulder and be like, I'm going back and forth over like half a second, and be like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
But to me, that half a second is really meaningful.
Right.
Because I appreciate those like little monotonous things. So I think it's the same with specialists.
It's very like, especially with our job, because obviously as a DB, there's so many factors that come into it.
Right.
Whereas like with our job, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. So it's very easy to go through the motions.
Yes. Yeah.
And just be like, all right, well, I've done 10 reps. Now I'm just swinging the leg, essentially, from a punter's perspective. So it's very, very easy to kind of switch off. So staying, as you said, intentional and remembering what you're doing in the process each time is very tough from our position.
Consistency is a big word for us.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we got to ask you about these.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I brought those for us. Obviously, the CFL trading cards are starting to become a big thing. And our lovely friends at Upper Deck have supplied us with a cool box for us to break on the podcast.
So we're gonna do that in a bonus video, but I mean, you could talk a little bit about it. This is like your thing, like obviously we'll put your like Insta and all your
for sure.
Information on the screen, but like, how did you get into this, and how did you kind of like gain popularity around the trading card thing?
Yeah, I think, ever since I was a kid, I wouldn't say I was like a major collector or anything like that growing up, but I grew up in a sports bar. My dad owned a sports bar for about 30 years.
Oh, cool. Well, we should probably go there.
Yeah, it's not open anymore. It's not open anymore.
Well, we should still probably go there.
You should still probably go. A lot of beers on tap. This was back in California, but I remember the bar section, and I always tell this to anyone who usually asks me this question, because it's just a cool little story. But the bar that my dad had was like an epoxy resin bar, and underneath it was all sports trading cards.
Sweet.
So and back then, like, that was the early 2000s. So before we really got into like really the cool trading cards, it was more like he had all the like 80s and 70s, like very, very like old fashioned print cards. So I remember like seeing that, and he always had sports memorabilia up in the bar, and just different cool things from different beer companies and things like that would do different collaborations. So I think my sports memorabilia thing like grew from like a very young age. But for like specifically the CFL trading cards, when I first got into the league, one of the things that we did was, the players got their cards, like the ones who did autographs and stuff like that, in the middle of the season, and they got about like 300 or so cards, and everyone would kind of go around and get like whoever had their cards, they would autograph them, and you'd get them. So that's where like my CFL collection kind of started, and then I just slowly started kind of getting into it from there. And the past 2 years, or I guess past year, is where it really started to pick up for me, like just doing more breaks, making more content around it, and just connecting with Upper Deck. And they're an amazing company who has put a lot of effort into kind of our CFL cards and stuff like that. And the product seems to just be getting better and better. Like, I've actually kind of gotten the sneak peek at this year's 2025 hobby box, and then 2025 SBK Muse pack. And
Cool.
we got some cool stuff coming up, and hopefully
Yeah.
some more cool content
Yeah,
to make
we're,
around it. And
Hopefully get some.
Waiting on ours.
Yeah, we're waiting on our.
waiting on the long snapper.
how
So
do
if we
you-
can get some long snapper,
Long snapper,
long snapper, some
cards.
punter cards in there, I think that would be. That
You
would
got
go
the
a long way.
kickers. You've been getting a lot of Boris Beatties, like you said.
Boris Beatty. I pulled a Rob Maver the other day, who's a ex-Calgary punter. Trying to think if I think I pulled a Tanner Dahl. He was a long snapper.
You pulled a Tanner Dahl?
I did. This was in like the 2021 or 2020 packs. So a little bit of the others. I don't think there's been a long snapper since then that I pulled, but that's got to be like an elite card right there, right? So
I would pay for a Tanner Dahl.
yeah, you
card.
pay for $10. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
well-
That's good to know. Good to know. So
That's my guy.
yeah, I'm up it. Yeah.
That's my guy. We'd always,
issue.
we'd
Yeah.
always talk pre-game when he was playing in the league last year.
Yeah,
for-
no, and I
for
played
Ottawa.
against him when he was at the University of Calgary and he was playing
Oh,
linebacker
sure.
there. And,
Yeah.
so yeah, we need more long snapping
Yeah,
cards.
we do.
That's for sure.
We do.
And practice roster punt cards, please.
Yeah, exactly.
PR.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
definitely.
Look forward to seeing you out on the field this year
Yeah.
and linking up again. That'd be tough. So
For sure.
see me floating around with the camera when y'all come down to BMO.
There we go.
That'd
There we
be,
go.
Be a
Awesome.
lot of fun. So
Yeah.
all the best for the upcoming season. Appreciate you coming on again.
Thank you. Likewise. Likewise.
Keep an eye out for the bonus video where we're popping these bad boys open.
He's gonna teach us how to do it.
Yeah,
I haven't done this since Pokemon cards.
Okay. There we go.
I've
There we
done
go.
it since Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's even a lot.
There we go.
Is there a Rayquaza in here?
There might be. There might be.
Blue white dragon. Is there?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. Remember, head down to the description below to catch all the Stav's links. Our merch, SHK, out there as well. So check up on our Instagram link tree. We'll have the link down in the description as well. Like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel to see all our updates and all our future videos. Head on over to the Instagram. Give us a follow there too to catch up for all future giveaways and stuff too. We got some planned. Got some big ones planned coming up. Exciting ones planned. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Appreciate it. See y'all.